In this video, we are going to be covering a high-level overview as well as an in-depth analysis of the 3 levels of the wholesale business model. This is a topic, guys, I'm very passionate about, so I'm super excited to jump into this video, and I think you're going to gain a lot of value from discussing these 3 levels. Let's jump right into it. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Brad Sherman, and on this channel we explore tips, strategies, and experiences that I have had that will help you start and build up your Amazon FBA wholesale business. That's right, guys, we are approaching 2022 at the time of me making this video, and that means you need to fine-tune your skills and hone in on your processes in order to separate yourself from other Amazon sellers. You cannot just be another Amazon seller. You have to be a wholesale business owner. And guys, in this video, we're going to talk about what you need to be doing in order to maximize account closure. Before we jump into it, if you guys do enjoy these videos, make sure to smash that like button. It really helps out the videos in the YouTube algorithm. If you want to stay up to date on all of the future content, you're more than welcome to smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. I have the whiteboard here with the marker, and we are going to dive into some content and cover, in my opinion, the levels of a wholesale business owner and how you can progress through this business model in order to scale it. I'm just going to draw this diagram for you, right? We start at the bottom. We start here, square one, right? You know, this is square one, so we're assuming that you already have started an Amazon business. If you haven't started an Amazon business, you're going to be engaging in things like getting an EIN, starting your seller account, a resale certificate. Right here is the first step of the actual wholesale process. So it assumes that you have all of those previous steps down pat. Wholesale level number 1, and we're going to be talking a lot about the types of accounts that you're going to be getting when you walk through this process. So wholesale step 1 is what I call low-hanging fruit, or, you know, companies and brands that sell to basically anyone. So sell to anyone. So, you know, what are some upsides and downsides of this phase, right? Upsides might be, well, you're able to get a quick account and make some quick money, right? You know, it's quick, it's easy. They say yes to you right away. You're able to sell with other Amazon sellers, and you know, you might make some decent money. If you come across a supplier that is open to Amazon and does not have any issues with it, and they just want a check, then you can buy product from them, sell it on Amazon, and you know, continue to do your thing until the listing becomes oversaturated, which is ultimately leading to the downside, which in my opinion outweighs the upside of this stage, which is they sell to anyone. So oversaturation, what's going to come with that is a potential to be stuck with inventory, right? If the listing gets so oversaturated to the point where, you know, you can't sell the products and everybody's just competing with one another, the company doesn't have a pricing policy, everybody's just undercutting each other below the next person competing for the sale, the price might go down to a point where everybody's losing money, which doesn't make sense, but it happens all the time. And that's why, you know, while you can make some money in this stage, it's not really a place you want to stay in order to maximize effectiveness and really grow your wholesale business. Stage number 2 that I often see people not even get into, right? They can barely get up this step. And why is that? Is because most of wholesale is rejection, right? It's a sales position. You are trying to sell yourself to buy product. The big obstacle here is rejection and overcoming it. This phase I'm going to call the rejection / contacting. And the reason why I'm calling it that is because it takes a ton, I mean a ton of contacting to really see results in this business. Here, maybe you're contacting 50 companies a week, right? That's okay. But in order to really see growth and see it fast, you need to, in my opinion, be contacting 80 to 100 companies per week. And this doesn't just mean pick up the phone and contact anyone and everyone. You have to be sourcing the right kind of companies. What is this? Small to mid-sized brands. Personally, I primarily work with manufacturers and brands. That's not to say that distributors are not a great route to go. I know business owners who run extremely successful wholesale businesses buying, 75, 80% from distributors. So I have some distributors myself, but this makes up at least 80% of my business, small to mid-sized brands. I work with them for a number of reasons: increased margins, close-knit connections, potential for exclusives, and the list just goes on and on. But this is where we start, and we've went over how to source. Reverse sourcing, right, is a key method. Storefront stalking is another key method. We went over these ways to source suppliers. So the focal point of this video is climbing up these stairs in order to get to our top level of wholesale, right? We're not there yet. So we're in this stage, of contacting 80 to 100 companies. And the reason why people don't get from here to here is because they just don't contact enough. And what you find here that you didn't find here is you find better quality accounts. You find accounts with less competition on the listing. You find accounts that maybe the business owner that you're reaching out to has some clue about Amazon and how it works, so they're hesitant to take on additional business that's going to represent their products on Amazon. This is where you're able to close deals that, might be shut out to someone over here who's just looking for quick money and looking to just, buy product in bulk, sell it on Amazon, and just continue to rinse and repeat that process for every supplier that they get. So once you start contacting 80 to 100 companies a week, and you are assuming you are contacting the small to mid-sized brands that we've discussed, also assuming that you are providing value and you're fine-tuning your sales pitch and really providing these companies with what they want to hear, you are going to start to overcome rejection, increase results, you're going to get more accounts, and you are going to be contacting more companies. So from a numbers standpoint, you're going to be closing more accounts. That's just the way this works. It's the way sales has worked for hundreds of years. You increase the amount of accounts you increase the amount of companies that you contact, your top line goes up. Your bottom line is a percentage of your top line, so the amount that you're going to close is also going to go up. How do we get here, right? This is the golden stage of Amazon FBA wholesale. These should be the building blocks of your business. And I've talked about this before. Wholesale is like building a house, right? You have your foundation, you have your wall studs, and then your top layers. But really the basis of your business should be your foundation, and it should be built on the strongest accounts. Right here should be your strongest accounts. This has to be the most solidified foundation. And what we have here are exclusive agreements and very selective. Exclusive agreements are arrangements that you have with the brand that you are going to be the only seller or representer on Amazon.com. This comes with a lot of responsibility, which we're going to get into. Very selective agreements are agreements where you're going to be a seller for the brand, providing value still, but you're going to sell along with some other sellers. There's maybe a handful of sellers. The nice part about the very selective agreements are that usually it's kept to under, right around maybe 3 to 5 sellers, and you have the guarantee from the company that they're not going to be adding additional competition. This mitigates the risk of this, right, which was oversaturation, price tanking, decreased margins, right? And the list goes on. But because they're very selective with who they sell to, this doesn't happen. And if, you have a seller that's on the listing that starts tanking the price, they're going to be gone, because the brand is very in tune with what goes on Amazon. They understand who they sell to. They trust them. The sellers trust the brand, and it's a reciprocal relationship that you certainly want to be a part of your business. So with exclusives, right, most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to contact a company and get an exclusive agreement on the phone on the first contact. This is going to take time. It's going to take time to build, right? You might have to follow up with the company. Maybe you have an account with the company here under a very selective agreement, and you're providing enough value for it to make sense for that company to transfer you to the exclusive seller. What do companies need to make an exclusive seller make sense? They need order volume, right? So maybe with order volume, you're ordering more than the quantity that all of the other sellers are ordering. They need brand representation. Brand representation, you have to be skilled at working with Amazon, right? You have to be, have basically Amazon support for them. You need to be able to optimize listings. You need to increase their sales on Amazon, right? Because if you increase their sales, you're buying more from them and everybody's making more money. You need to market their products and increase the brand awareness. So guys, there's a lot of components that go into this. You might have to outsource for some of these components or learn them yourself, because they're extremely good skills that you're going to need if you're really going to be a business owner that primarily operates on Amazon. So guys, these things do not happen overnight. Just to give you an idea, I have under a handful of exclusive agreements, and I've been doing wholesale for about 2 years now. So it takes time to build, right? Increase your top line, your bottom line will increase. Fine-tune your sales pitch and provide value. At the same time, make sure you're reaching out to the right types of brands so that you can get here, right? Because you're likely not going to get here if you're reaching out to giant brands, right? You likely won't even get an account if you're reaching out to giant brands. So I love when I pick up the phone and I get the business owner on the phone. That means I'm talking to the person at the top, the decision maker, so I know that I have power on my end because I am able to hit on their pain points and make those and match those pain points with value and explain to them how my business can provide value to them. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button. I hope you derived value from that video. I wanted to make it kind of brief, but at the same time cover high level and comprehensiveness in the 3 levels of wholesale. This video I'm making as we're moving into 2022, and I think it's a great time for this video. If you guys have been doing retailer online arbitrage for a while now, 2022 is going to be a great year to start the wholesale business model. Is it oversaturated? Maybe it's a little bit oversaturated, but it's really oversaturated if you continue to reach out to companies and utilize the old methods of wholesale. Transition to these new methods and follow the stuff that I talked about on this whiteboard, and you are going to find a massive amount of success that most people are not finding in this business. If you guys enjoyed this video, again, smash that like button. Just Just to remind you one more time, if you guys want to stay up to date, hit that subscribe button and notification bell as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. We're closing it out now. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we will see you next time.